Are you bored, shy in conversations and extremely fixated on rigid ideas, all while having the desire to be curious, entertaining and open-minded? Here's what you can do about it. In a time when status and recognition seem to play a greater role in how men are perceived than they should, in a social environment where the number of degrees or self-proclaimed titles are bringing prestige even without proof of their worth, in an era of abundance of knowledge and information, when the number of books one reads seem to count more than the practicality of the information gained from them, you might end up wondering, friend, what defines an educated man? What are the qualities that constitute such a man, and what can you do about it so that on your journey of becoming the best man that you can be, you do not end up drifting away on meaningless pursuits that for whatever reason seem popular? It is not the PhD diploma hanging on your wall, nor the size of your vocabulary, nor the number of books that your personal library holds that represent the quality or measure of your education, but rather the following 3 abilities. There is an old saying that tells us that only those who want everything done for them are bored. Keep in mind, friend, that being bored is nothing but a pathetic cry that can be somewhat accepted only from an idle child who is expecting his parents to come up with activities to cure his boredom. Sadly, many men never grow out of the need to be entertained by others. They never explore their environment nor build up their short attention span in creative ways, remaining idle in their lives not knowing what to do, all while being surrounded by an infinite of possibilities, like the interesting conversation they never started, the museum that they always miss, or the hobby that they never engage into. Remember, friend, that when you are bored, it is primarily with yourself. Be the man that is able to lose himself in a task, a hobby, a book, or a conversation, and develop your power of focus and concentration. As difficult as this might be, since your phone with cheap amusement is always a few inches away, take this challenge and build your ability to entertain yourself without technology. Be the man that is insatiably curious about the world around him and the people in it. Build your days without the phone in mind and learn to keep yourself company. Your mind can become a repository of ideas that you can at any moment pull out and explore to pass the time in any situation. When you find yourself in someone's company, even if your friend is the kind of dull man that is never comfortable with starting a discussion, develop yourself into the lad that is able to notice interests quickly and learn to entertain a friend by keeping the conversations lively and engaging. To do this, you will need to be a man who loves reading and experiencing life. You will have to build an arsenal of interesting stories about your travels and endeavors, and also to be up to the latest news and interesting breakthroughs. No matter who you are dealing with, you should have a story that will speak to them. Educate yourself in human behavior and psychology so that you know when people are charmed and interested in what you are saying. Become a good listener so that you understand your audience and be relaxed enough to be able to tell a good joke. The third point might be at first glance an easy one, friend. I mean, how hard can it be to be open-minded? But if you analyze yourself closely, you will realize that the way your mind works is far from being the rational being you might flatter yourself into believing you are, because your unconscious is constantly shaping your thoughts, beliefs and motivations in irrational ways. Dare to ask yourself, how many times were you presented with facts that contradict your beliefs, only to end up fixating on those beliefs even more instead of changing your points of view? How often do you seek only information that confirms your pre-existing notions, or refuse to choose a better path just because you have already invested time, money or emotions into something? Realize, friend, that your mind sees your personal ideas as a great treasure and unknown ideas as false contradictions that have to be dismissed. All of which is to say that the ability to entertain new concepts and opinions does not come naturally. But remember that entertaining a new idea does not necessarily mean accepting it and changing your beliefs every time you are presented with a different take on things. Rather, you should strive to become a man that can entertain an idea just as you entertain a guest. First you talk from a distance. If you are intrigued, you might engage a bit more to get to know him. And if it seems like a bad apple, you stop the contact. But sometimes the person you did not think you had anything in common with becomes your best mate. I dare you, friend, to become the kind of man that is able to see this. Educate yourself and build various experiences to be able to give yourself the opportunity to see how the information you have learned changed your opinions, even if it took those ideas a long time to stick. Become the man that strives to build up such abilities. Learn to entertain yourself in idle times and use your creativity to explore your inner and outer world. Use the ideas from the books that inspire you and the stories from your life experiences to become someone who can entertain a conversation and be the open-minded man that is able to lose himself in interesting concepts and even in opposing points of view. This is what it means to be an educated man. Are you up for the challenge? The choice is yours to make.